Coach Legacy collection is huge right now. It's trending on social media platforms, it's hot on the resale market, and prices have increased quite a bit since just a year ago. But what is the Legacy collection exactly? In this video, I'll explain what bags people are calling the Legacy collection, how Coach uses the term differently, and I'll show you the bags that I have that are part of this collection so you can see some of the variety involved. And stay tuned to the end because I'll show you things to look out for so you know exactly what you're getting when you shop the Preloved market for these bags. And welcome, I'm Autumn Beckman and I'm here to help you live your most luxurious life within your budget. I post new videos on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, so please make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss any of those and so you don't miss my daily community posts where I share the best sales of the day and fabulous handbags that I find. Also, don't miss my website, autumnbeckman.com/shop. That's where you'll find handbags and accessories I have for sale, as well as the My Handbag Collection organizer. These are planner pages that I've designed to help you organize and curate your handbags and your life. The heart of which is the item tracker page. This is where you can record everything you'd want to know about your handbags and small goods. I also have wish list trackers, purchase trackers, shipment trackers, lots of trackers. An assortment of trackers that help you keep track of how often you're using your items. And calendar pages in a variety of formats so you can find what works best for you, plus so much more. Now, what is the Coach Legacy collection and what isn't the Coach Legacy collection? People on social media and on resale sites use that term very loosely. And if you Google Coach Legacy bag, Coach Legacy collection, you will come up with all kinds of different results. Part of the reason for that is that Coach has used the word legacy to describe different bags and collections over the years that are completely different from each other and that don't always have anything in common other than that they are Coach bags. So even relying on Coach to know what legacy means is not reliable. But the legacy bags that are popular right now are those with the legacy stripe interior. Now, if you saw my previous video, and if you didn't, I'll have it linked below. It was about the Coach 65th anniversary legacy collection. That's where this particular legacy collection was first introduced in 2006, and bags with this lining continued to be made through at least 2008. There's also a bag I'll show you today from 2012. And in that previous video, I went through some of the things that all of these bags have in common. Things like chunky hardware, oversized turn locks, and of course this legacy stripe interior. So I'm going to show you all the bags that I have that have the legacy stripes. I have 12 of them, and I'll organize this by year so you can get a little bit of a sense of the timeline of these bags. Now, before we get started, just in case you don't know, let me quickly show you how to tell what year your bag was from. The first bags that we're going to look at are all from the 65th anniversary legacy collection, and I showed these in the previous video, so I won't go over these in detail. But let's start with the Alley bag. This one's in the whiskey colored vachetta leather. So here's just a little spin of this, but I want to use this as an example to show you where to find the year. So when you look inside the bag and you find the Coach Creed, I'll bring it closer, you'll see the registration number along the bottom of the Creed here. The first set of letters and numbers tells you when and where the bag was made. The second set is the style number. So to find the year of the bag, you'll look at the first set of numbers. You'll see it starts with a letter that corresponds to the month that the bag was made. The next two numbers are going to be the year, in this case 06, so 2006. Oh, and I'm trying not to be too repetitive from the previous video, but let me tell you very quickly, the legacy stripe interior originates from the striped interiors of the earliest Bonnie Cashin bags for Coach. She was Coach's first handbag designer, and my understanding of these is that they're influenced by Mexican textiles. So they're sometimes called the Mexican stripes. So the legacy stripes in this legacy collection were an homage to these early Bonnie Cashin bags. So in the previous video, I showed you that I have the Alley bag in whiskey leather and also in black. And I also showed you that I have the hippie bag in the whiskey leather and in black. But I also have this bag from 2006. This is the Ergo shoulder bag or the Ergo tote. And I'll give you a little spin of this. I have a video about this bag and other Ergo bags. If I can find the link for it, I will link it in the description box below. And by the way, all of the bags that I'm showing you today, if I can find links for them on the Preloved market, I will include those in the description box below. So this bag, according to the creed on the inside, was made in December of 2006. I know that because the letter at the beginning is M, which corresponds with December because they skip I. And it has the legacy stripe lining on the interior. However, even though it was manufactured in 2006, it wasn't released by Coach until 2007. So technically I would call this a 2007 bag. And similarly, this tiny little ergo in the same turquoise leather, I'll bring it closer, would have been released as part of that same collection. So here is the tiny little ergo keychain bag. It's a spin of it, and it does have the legacy stripes on the inside. One of my Labubu commandeered this bag recently. I also have this little shoulder bag. I'll bring it closer in just a second. But looking at this and seeing that it's that whiskey vachetta leather, you would think that it was part of exactly the same collection as the alley bag and the hippie bag. However, it was from 2007 instead of 2006. So it was not part of the 65th anniversary collection, but still part of the legacy collection. So here's the front. This version has one big pocket on the front with the turn lock that has the flap and the legacy stripes inside. And then these two little buckles that are purely decorative on the front sides there. It also has D-rings on either side, just like the alley bag. So you could attach a separate crossbody strap if you wanted to, but it didn't come with one originally. So there is the sides. The back, you do have a big pocket that has the legacy lining on the back. And there's the other side, the bottom. These bags don't have feet. You have this little adjustable, barely adjustable shoulder strap, which I suppose you could remove, but you'd still have this little piece of leather hanging there with the buckle. It has this big leather pull tab, and when you open that up, I have the dust bag in there, but you have the striped lining with the zipper pocket on the back and two slip pockets on the front. This one is called the Crescent Saddle. So the flap on this takes up the entire front of the bag. It still has that really big turn lock, and you have the stripes inside. There's a big slip pocket here with the stripes in that pocket. And on the back, it's just like the alley bag, no pocket. On the sides, you have those D-rings again, so you could add a longer strap if you wanted to, but it just comes with this shoulder strap. And again, no feet. Notice that mine has this giant scratch in it. These leathers, when you condition them and buff them, that should come out to some degree. I don't think it'll come out completely, but I haven't tried buffing that out yet. But this leather restores really well. So that's something to keep in mind if you're looking on the Preloved market and you see some bags that are a little rough. It's generally not that hard to bring them back to life. Moving on to 2008, I have 3 bags. This first one is called the Francine. As you can see, it's a domed bag. It still has that pocket on the front, just like the alley with the big turn lock. When you open that, you have the legacy stripe interior. And I'm going to bring this one closer, just so you can see the leather a little better. This is a coated leather, so this, personally, I would not call this patent. I feel like patent is shinier than this. I would call this more of a glazed leather based on Coach's leathers today. But you can see it's crinkled too, so I called it a crinkled glazed leather. And again, remember, these have not only the hang tag, but also this little coin pendant. So look for that if you're looking for those on the Preloved market. So there's the front and the side. Again, you have a D-ring there on both sides. Actually, this one has 2. Why is that? What are those for? And then here's the back. So you do have a slip pocket here with the stripes inside, and the bottom, you do have feet on this one, but they don't do a whole lot of good. This bag has 2 zipper pulls, so you could put those in the center of the top if you wanted. And here's the interior, and there's a strap. I forgot that was in there. So that's what you would do with some of those D-rings. And regular viewers will already know about this bag, the Peyton Satchel. I've done many a video on this bag. So this is also part of the Legacy collection. Every single pocket has the stripes, and it has 2 compartments up here, both of which are zippered, and both of course have the stripes. There's also a zip pocket on the back that has the striped interior, and no feet on this one. I'll link videos on these below so you can learn more about it if you're interested in seeing this bag in more detail. And one of the most rare bags in my Coach collection comes from 2008 as part of the Legacy collection, and that is this. I believe it's called the Hamptons Brief, but I have never seen an official name for this in a Coach catalog, so I'm not 100% sure. This one is particularly rare because it's in suede and it's a beautiful color. It's not a neutral, so it's this kind of boysenberry color. Again, each of these pockets is a real pocket. It opens, it has the legacy stripes. And when we look inside this bag, it's divided into 2 compartments with a center divider that has a zipper. So this would be a great business bag for files, for a laptop, and of course it has the stripes. It also has a shoulder strap. These 2 leather handles fold down, if I can get them right, they fold down easily all the way, and then you would attach the shoulder straps to the D-rings on either side. There are feet here, but again, not all that helpful. Now those are my legacy bags from 2006 to 2008, but I also have this bag, which is from 2012. It's from Coach's 70th anniversary. Now technically their 70th anniversary was in 2011, but the creed on this, the registration number, tells me this bag was made in January of 2012. And I know for sure that it was still part of the 70th anniversary collection because it is marked that way. Let me show you. And by the way, this was a redesign of the Willis bag. They did a couple of these for the 70th anniversary, and we will look at those when I do the 70th anniversary video. So here we see that we have the hang tag, which has gold stamping on it, and then there's a metal Coach hang tag and this little tassel. If we look at the leather tag and turn it over, it says 70th anniversary limited edition. So that's how I know for sure it's an anniversary bag, even though the year is a little off. So I don't know if they did legacy stripe interiors anytime between 2008 and 2012. Now that said, I want to point out a few things to you. So if you're looking for these bags, you'll be aware of these when you're looking at the listings on the Preloved market. First of all, this bag is also from the 70th anniversary. I'll bring it closer and prove it. It has the leather tag and the metal tag, and on the back of the leather tag it says celebrating Coach's 70th anniversary. This one is like a quilted nylon. You'll see more of it in a later video. So you would expect to see legacy stripes on the interior, but no. It has this beautiful purple satin lining, and it's from 2011. Also, this bag, this is called the Lily Tote, and you see the oversized hardware there, particularly the oversized turn lock. And this is in, my guess would be this is a vachetta leather, but maybe it's glove tanned. It's a reactive leather, like it's gonna stain, things like that. When you open this up and you look at the interior, I've got paper in there, but I'll bring it closer. You see this also has colorful stripes. And at first glance, you might think those are the legacy stripes. And they are, but they're a different version. If you look more closely, you can see that the stripes are not all the same width. Some of them, like these, are really thin, and some of these are thicker. Whereas all the other bags we've looked at have thicker stripes that are all the same width. Now the reason this bag is different, and I would say it's not technically part of the legacy collection, is because this bag was made in the outlet. You can tell that by looking at the registration number. First of all, it was made in 2009, but second, right in front of the style numbers, the first letter behind the dash is an F, which stands for factory, which means the bag was made for factory. Still an amazing quality bag. The factory bags, the outlet bags at this time in Coach history were still very similar in quality to the boutique bags. I would say that's not the case today. This is a fabulous bag, but that's something to be aware of, is that they did more than one different kind of legacy stripe on the interiors. You'll find bags on the Preloved market that may look exactly like these bags, but maybe they're a different color. And you want to make sure you see the interior and look at, does it have the legacy stripes? Because some of them have solid colors instead. And look at the registration number, because a lot of those bags that are different, that don't have the legacy stripes, those are going to be outlet bags. Again, still amazing quality bags, but if you're looking for the boutique legacy collection, that's not what those are. Now, let me know in the comment section what legacy bags you have in your collection, or which ones you would love to add. There are still a couple that I would like to get, but I'm pretty happy with what I have too. I have some pretty great bags, I think, and I bet a lot of you have some of these same bags. And also let us know anything else that you might know about the legacy collection, this particular one, or other ones if you want. And while you're down in the comments, remember to check out the description box for links to any of the bags that I have shown you today, and the link to my website, autumnbeckman.com/shop, where you can find handbags, accessories, and planner pages. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. Hope to see you back here next time, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Bye.